Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Jasween Kaur from University Business School, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. Today we are going to talk on module Branding and Packaging of Services from Paper Services Marketing. After completing this module, you should be able to understand the marketer's objectives for satisfying the desire of consumers through service branding and packaging as a marketing tool. To achieve this objective for the marketing objectives for the brand and to satisfy the desire of consumers, marketers must choose the aesthetic and functional components of branding and packaging correctly. Now let's understand what is branding. Branding is nothing but providing an identity and building a distinct image of the product or a service. It is all about differentiating an organization from its competitors. Branding involves creating mental structures and helping consumers organize their knowledge about products and services in a way that clarifies their decision making, and in the process it provides value to the firm. In other words, branding is endoing services with the power of a brand.
Marketers believe that branding is simply not the naming of a product, but something beyond that. The visual distinctiveness of a brand may be a combination of anything following: first name, second letter, third number, fourth a symbol, fifth a signature, sixth a shape, seventh a slogan, eighth a color. But name is the most important element of brand, as its use in the language provides a universal reference point. The name is such an element of the brand that should never change unless some extraordinary conditions demand the change. The key to creating a brand is ability of a service company to choose attributes such as name logo that identify the service and distinguish it from others. These different components of brand are called brand elements. Creating a successful brand entails blending all of these brand elements together in a unique way. The service has to be of high quality and appropriate to consumer needs. The brand name must be appealing and in tune with the consumer's perception of the product. The packaging, the promotion, the pricing, and all differentiation. Consumers view brands beyond their functional attributes and benefits. They look for not only functional aspects but also non-functional and symbolic qualities. This quality of service determines the success of the image of the service. Choosing brand elements. The following 8 criteria are the most used for selecting a brand. First criteria is distinctiveness. It is a fundamental quality of a brand. The consumer should be able to identify a service provider and distinguish from its competitors. Usually generic names are avoided in branding. Some companies as Airtel, Tata Indicom, ING Vyasa, and Bajaj Alliance use fabricated words to establish a distinct identity. Likability. The brand should be likable visually, emotionally, and other ways. The brand should have an aesthetic appeal, taking into consideration consumers' behavioral dimensions and cultural background. Corporate brands such as SBI, LIC are high on likability. Next point, relevance. The name that conveys the essence of a service has the ability to position the company clearly in the minds of consumers. Brands such as Lifestyle, Indian Airlines, Music World, Cafe Coffee Day are examples of successful brands that have used this principle. Memorability. One of the key objectives of branding is to occupy a space in consumer memory. Several factors affect memorability. A name that is easy to understand and pronounce is likely to get memorized. Short and simple words are also easy to memorize. Idea, for example, is uncommon brand name and enjoys memorability. Next, product ability. Brand elements should be legally protectable. The Trademarks Act 1999 provides legal protection for the brand elements. If registered properly, generic names are not given legal protection. Flexibility. The companies may in some cases outgrow the original names. The big brand names in India such as Tata, Reliance, Wipro started the business in manufacturing sector and later entered the service sector in a big way. Brand names in the regional language, region names, and names from epics, local literature, etc. will have less and no flexibility. The brand name of dailies such as Times of India, The Hindu, the Indian Express has less flexibility to become international brands. So flexibility is important in building a brand name. Next point is meaningful. The ability of the brand to communicate credibility, corresponding category, and benefits to customers and so on is assessed to find out the meaningfulness. The brand may suggest a product ingredient or the target market either directly or indirectly. Adaptability. The brand elements should have the potential to adapt changes in the environment and be updated. The name, however, should be taken capable of converging the core value consistently to the consumers. The adaptability of the brand enacted has no confusion over the core value of the brand in the market. It is important to discuss here what are the attributes of a strong brand in building a service branding. Keller identified 10 attributes of the strong brand in the world, which are as follows. First, the brand excels at delivering the benefits consumers truly desires. Second, the brand stays relevant. Third, the pricing strategy is based on consumer perception value. Fourth, the brand is properly positioned. Fifth, the brand is consistent. Sixth, another attribute for strong brand building is the brand portfolio and hierarchy makes sense. Next, the brand makes use and coordinates the full repertoire of marketing activities of build equity. Next, brand managers understand what the brand means to consumers. Next, the brand is given proper and sustained support. Next, the company monitors sources of brand equity.
Now let's understand the difference between goods branding versus service branding. The definition of brand does not distinguish goods branding from service branding, but the executioner strategy of branding goods and services differ. Services branding differ from goods branding due to various reasons vis-a-vis the characteristics of branding of service is different from the characteristics of goods. Goods branding assume an internal quality controlled value driven system which is not seen by consumer, because goods are at the end of the manufacturer. In contrast, the value delivery service brands is visible to consumers who are actively participating in the production of the service which is being provided by the service provider or the customer interfacing employee. So that is why goods branding has to be different from service branding.
Goods branding versus services branding continued here. The next point is the contact points between brands and stakeholders are limited in goods branding. The number of contact points is more in services marketing, making it necessary for service brands to focus on their internal and external communication strategies. Branding activity concentrates on the technical product in case of goods. Service branding takes into consideration technical product as well as functional performance. Because we know that in case of products they are high in technical quality because they can be tangible elements. But services they are intangible, so they are high in functional quality and the physical aspect shows the technical quality. So services can be judged only with their functional performance.
Now, understanding again the difference between goods branding versus service branding. In case of product based branding, the cluster of values be tightly controlled by production, communication, and distribution systems. While these are important in service branding, albeit more difficult to control, and here corporate culture plays a critical role in developing service branding. Many service branding issues require a company wide approach to the solution and implementation. Such issues include identifying and commenting or cementing the service quality gaps, focus on internal and external stakeholders in the service company.
Branding strategy for services. Most service organizations offer a line of products rather than a single product. As a result, they must choose among four alternative broad branding alternatives or strategies. The various branding strategies are: first, branded house. David Acker used the term branded house to describe a company, such as the Virgin Group, that applies its brand name to multiple offerings in often unrelated fields. The danger of such branding strategy is that brands get overextended and weakened. Sub-brands. This strategy is next on the spectrum is sub-brands, for which the corporate or the master brand is the primary frame in its primary frame of reference, but the product itself also had its distinctive name. FedEx has been successfully using a sub-branding strategy. The next strategy is endorsed brands. For endorsed brands, the product dominates, but the corporate name is still featured. Many hotel corporations adopt this approach. Many hotel chains offer a family of sub-brands or endorsed brands. For multi-brand strategy to succeed, each brand must promise a very distinctive value proposition targeted at different customer segment. House of brands. At the far end of the spectrum is the house of brand strategy, exemplified by Procter & Gamble, with about 80 packaged good products, each actively promoted under its own brand. Yum! Brands Incorporation adopts the house of brand strategy with more than 35,000 restaurants in 110 countries. While many may not have heard of Yum, brands people certainly are familiar with their own restaurant brands: KFC, Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, etc. Each of these brands is actively promoted under their own name. Text used in implementing branding strategy. Now we need to understand there are certain tactics, steps followed in implementing a branding strategy. A carefully thought out branding strategy is major part of service product. Following other texts which can be used for implementing the branding strategy. First, includes a tangible good as a part of brand image, like LIC's lamp between two hands, the Times Group two elephants, ICICI umbrella for safety bonds. So people identify with their brand image as a reliability of service. Second is tie in a slogan with the brand. A company can attach the slogan with the brand, for example, IDBI, LIC, FedEx, etc. Or we talk about ICICI, we relate it with confidence, security. Use distinctive color. For example, Avis Red Jet Airways on blue and yellow. Or we talk about HSBC Bank. The decor inside the HSBC Bank is red and black, albeit whether its branch is in any city of the country. So this distinctive color builds the brand of the company. Tiering service products with branding. In a number of service industries, branding is not only used for core services but also to differentiate different service levels. It is particularly evident in industry such as hotels, airlines. Position mapping. In case of new services, as well as the existing ones, the service features that a marketer intends to offer should be clearly identified. This can be done through mapping out a process for the service to be produced and delivered. Benefits of branding. In order to implement service branding, we need to understand the various benefits of branding. First, provides corporate identity and recognition. Second, provides an opportunity to distinguish the service from that of competitive services. Third, helps customer develop value perceptions. Fourth, help customers in developing customer relationships. Fifth, build up long-term equity to the concern. Sixth, makes market penetration easy. Seventh, new service offers quick responses.
Now let's understand what service packaging or packaging of services is done. There has been widely defined definitions and widely defined by various people who have defined service packaging. However, we can take one idea or thought of William J. Stanton, who says packaging may be defined as the general group of activities in products and services planning which involves designing and producing the container or wrapper of the service. That is, whatever is the packaging or format in which the service is being provided. Packages might include up to 3 levels of material. Well-defined packages can build brand equity and drives various kinds of or leads to sales. The package is the buyer's first encounter with the product and it is capable of turning the buyer on or off. If the package of the product is not good, it is not visibly appealing to the customer may not buy it. Similarly, the various format or process of delivery or features of the service, if not they are attractive to the customer or the service consumer, he may not try to use your service. Packaging also affects consumers' total or later product experiences.
Now, in order to understand the service package, we need to understand its characteristics. The service package is defined as a bundle of goods and services that is provided in some environment. This bundle consists of the following 4 features. First, supporting facility. The physical resources that must be in place before a service can be offered. Examples are a golf course, a sky lift, a hospital, and an aeroplane. Facilitating goods. The material purchased or consumed by the buyer or the items provided by the customer. Examples are golf clubs, skis, food items, replacement auto parts, legal documents, and medical supplies. Explicit services. The benefits that are readily observable by the senses and that consist of the essential features of the service. Examples are the absence of pain after a tooth is repaired, a smooth running automobile after it's a tune-up, and response time of a firebrand. Next, implicit services. Psychological benefits that a customer may sense only vaguely or the extrinsic features of the service. Examples are the status of a degree from a particular school or privacy of a loan office. All of these features are experienced by the customer and from the basis of his or her perceptions of the service. It is important that the service manager offer a total experience for the customer that is consistent with desired service package. Take for example a budget hotel. The supporting facility is a concrete block building with austere furnishings. Facilitating goods are reduced to the minimum of soap and paper. The explicit service is a comfortable bed in a clean room, and the implicit service might include a friendly desk clerk and the security of a well-lighted parking area. Reasons for using packaging as a marketing tool. The first reason is self-service. An increasing number of services are sold on self-service basis. The effective package must perform many of sales tasks, attract attention, and describe the product features, create customer confidence, and make a favorable overall impression. Second reason, consumer affluence. Rising consumer affluence means consumers are willing to pay a little more for the convenience, appearance, dependability, prestige of this packaging. So it's the packaging which helps us in building the service branding and meeting customer demand. Company and brand image. Packages contribute to instant recognition of the company or brand. In the store, packages for a brand can create a visible billboard effect, such as Garnier's Fruities and their bright green packaging in a hair care in ale. Opportunity innovation. Innovating packaging or innovation or innovative packaging can bring large benefits to consumers and profits to producers. Companies are incorporating unique materials and features such as resealable spouts and openings. Packaging challenges brought by change. Changes in our society and economy are bringing rapid and wide-ranging changes for business and by direct impacts on packaging. Those who are agile and innovative can seize opportunities to become more efficient, effective, and profitable. Focus on sustainability. As a wide array of packaging materials with claimed environmental benefits present themselves, it is vital to understand and measure their impact upon the whole supply chain and their long-term viability. Next point, changing society. The world's population is changing with far-reaching effects. The companies should focus these changes. The next point, to understand the challenges which are faced in packaging brought about by change is rapid technological development. Whether it's at home, in the manufacturing, or in the retail environment, technology is changing the way we interact and do business. Shopping decisions are increasingly made before a consumer gets to store. We seek our product information before purchase and share opinions via social media to approve and validate our buying decisions. As a result, demands on brands are changing and communications and between customers is starting earlier in the process and continuing far beyond the point of purchase. This creates opportunities for more engagement with your customers. Packaging can be used to support online.
So students, let us now summarize what we have learned in this module. We have done two aspects of services. One, how the service branding takes place. Second, how the service packaging takes place. Branding is nothing but providing an identity to a service. A brand is a name, term, sign, symbol, or design, or combination of them. For example, if we talk about ICICI Bank or any other bank like Standard Chartered Bank or HSBC Bank, they have their own logos. Inside of the bank, they have their own decor, the color arrangement. And whether it is a branch in any city of the country, it has the same kind of layout. The logo is same. So when we see that particular thing, we can relate it that it is this bank, whether it's ICICI or HSBC. Now if we talk about HSBC, if you see the seating arrangement inside HSBC Bank, and I hope you all know what is HSBC, that is Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. Whether it has a branch in Delhi or in Mumbai, it has a same black and red color scheme inside and a seating arrangement. The logo outside is the same red and black color. So as soon as the customer sees this bank, albeit he is in whichever city, whether in Delhi or Mumbai or Chennai, you can relate, yes, this is HSBC Bank. So you establish a brand name with its brand inputs. Different components of a brand are called brand elements. As we understood from our discussion in this chapter, that service branding is different from that of goods branding due to variety of service attributes that demand a different process. Services are different from goods. We cannot relate them. This is understood by all of us. The characteristics of services are different. They are intangible. They are inconsistent. They are incomparable. They are heterogeneous. A person who is providing the service cannot provide it same all the times, but tens or lots of products which are produced in one factory, they come in lots and they come in the same specification to you. So there is no difference in them. Two people providing the same service may provide it differently. Even the same person providing the service cannot provide it same all the times. It depends upon various factors in which he is providing. So, in order to understand service branding, we need to understand the characteristics of services. Similarly, when we talk about packaging, to achieve the objectives for the brand and satisfy the desire of consumers, marketers must choose the aesthetic and functional components of packaging correctly. Packaging in service means the various features, tools, techniques, and facilities which are provided. ICICI Bank is preferred over other banks because of its facilities which is providing. It's packaged a whole level of accounts or various other facilities under umbrella banking. That is, you have an insurance also there, you have a demat account also there, you have your credit and saving accounts also there. So all this package makes you a favorite bank customer. You all prefer. Also, you know, it is a 12-hour banking, 8 to 8 hour. No other bank is providing this facility. So this additional element or feature is making as a customer friendly bank. So the packaging elements must harmonize with each other and with pricing and other parts of the marketing program.